Officials placed in charge of the Justice Department under President Trump made a sweeping demand. 2 weeks into the second presidency, the names of thousands of FBI employees involved in investigating the January 6 attack on the U.S. Capitol. Fearing retaliation, agents sought legal help. Prominent lawyers Norm Eisen and Mark Zaid agreed to represent the agents pro bono. They approached Winston & Strawn, a major law firm with a history of opposing Trump's administration. But Winston declined. This was one of several cases Winston reportedly refused that involved challenging the president. Across the country, several large law firms have declined to represent clients challenging the Trump administration, while others avoid any clients Trump might perceive as enemies. Attorneys and nonprofit leaders state this applies to both paying clients and pro bono representation, significantly impacting cases related to environmental protections, LGBTQ+ rights, police accountability, Democratic lawmakers, and federal workers targeted in Trump's deep state actions. Advocacy groups report this hinders their ability to legally oppose the administration. Fears intensified after Trump signed executive orders punishing major law firms with ties to his adversaries. These orders barred the firm's attorneys from federal buildings, terminated their government contracts, revoked partners' security clearances, and required contractor disclosure of work with them. Firms faced immediate losses. Although federal courts have repeatedly ruled these executive orders unconstitutional in initial challenges, the chilling effect persists. The American Bar Association, ABA, stated in a lawsuit that the president's policy is working. Firms that once contributed significant pro bono work have withdrawn from disfavored causes. The ABA itself struggles to find representation, losing one longtime firm that refused to litigate against the administration. Sidley Austin, another major firm that previously represented the ABA, did not comment. Trump's grievances stem partly from Big Law's role in blocking his first-term agenda. He criticized firms for allegedly abusing pro bono work to undermine justice and targeted firms linked to Democratic causes or investigators like Robert Mueller. 9 large firms negotiated public settlements with the administration, agreeing collectively to provide $940 million in pro bono support for Trump-approved causes. Although no new orders appeared after these deals, organizations still feel the reluctance. Organizations like the National Police Accountability Project, NPAP, which sues over alleged police abuse, report a noticeable shift after Trump's re-election. A top firm helping NPAP develop a lawsuit abruptly stopped participating and later signed a deal with Trump. Activist nonprofits heavily rely on pro bono help due to the cost and complexity of major lawsuits, especially civil rights cases. Without Big Law's resources, such cases become impossible for many groups. This pro bono work traditionally boosted firms' reputations and attracted talent. An attorney from an unaffected big law firm noted that cases once sought after for positive publicity are now deemed too risky if they might attract Trump's anger. Julian, a non-profit investigating civil rights abuses, partnered with elite firm Wachtell, Lipton, Rosen and Katz years ago for lawsuits against a Mississippi police department. Since Trump took office and weakened police accountability measures, Julian has struggled to recruit new pro bono help despite firm claims of lack of capacity, contradicting private advice. Julian fears it cannot file an urgent police abuse lawsuit before the deadline expires. Cases challenging serious civil rights abuses are going unfiled. NPAP salvaged its case after the co-counsel disappeared by partnering with another group. But the lawsuit lacks the power of a major firm. NPAP's ability to pursue new litigation, including novel theories against ICE arrests, is compromised due to the lack of outside partnerships. This occurs while civil rights abuses may be at historic highs. During his first term, big law firms actively challenged Trump. Now, firms like Davis Polk reportedly avoid immigration cases, and Kirkland & Ellis, which previously partnered with Lambda Legal on a transgender military ban challenge, signed a deal with Trump and is notably absent from the current challenge against the reinstated ban. Winston & Strawn's public reports reflect a shift. Its 2023 pro bono report emphasized racial justice and a transgender athlete case, while the 2024 report omitted equity and highlighted corporate help for non-profits. Lawyers Eisen and Zaid, representing the FBI agents, became targets themselves when Trump revoked their security clearances in March. Zaid sued to restore his clearance. His lawyer, Abby Lowell, who left Winston to form his own firm, called the administration's actions illegal retribution. Similar to the enjoined actions against big law firms, good government groups and smaller firms have stepped up, filing hundreds of lawsuits against the administration. Firms like Perkins Coie that sued Trump are devoting pro bono hours to challenges, replacing Kirkland in Lambda Legal's transgender ban case. However, without big law's vast resources, some legally questionable administration actions will likely go unchallenged, as groups lack the financial capacity for major cases even when confident in their merits.